Hello guys and welcome to the MSC Performance Podcast. This is a new series, starting the new series from today. I'm kicking things off with a bit of a recap of Steve's trip to Switzerland, where he competed at the World Championships in the Masters Basketball, so excited to catch up a little bit about that. We're going to talk a few things about powerlifting and just general musings of MSC Performance. But before we get stuck in, Steve, how's it going? How's it feel to be back?
All is good. Ecstatic to be back in the sunshine of Great Britain. Traded Swiss sun for British sun, so seemed like a relatively fair trade.
The unforgiving British sun, though.
It's different. It's different, but always happy to be back coaching. Busy week, but all is good. Yeah, all is good.
Reflections. How was it? The trip outside of the basketball. What did you think of? Was it Lugano?
Lugano, yeah.
Everyone says it's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you ever go there, I don't think you pick it on a map and be like, oh, that's where I'm going to go. But beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
I might be wrong, but I think a lot of Italians actually go there on holidays and stuff.
Okay, I'll rephrase that. A lot of British people wouldn't pick it on a map.
When I do Duolingo, the sentence that always uses is, we're going on holiday to Lugano.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because do they speak German, yeah?
Italian.
Okay, I think parts of it might speak German. Anyway, I might be wrong. Carry on.
But really nice place. Right on the lake, loads of mountains, loads of sunshine, loads of gelato, loads of money spent. But really nice place. Yeah. I think if you were to go there for 2 or 3 days, you'd have fun. 10 days was a lot, even with basketball. There wasn't a lot to do there, but it was good. It was really good.
Awesome. What's your reflections looking over it now? You happy with how it went? Happy with your performance? Happy with the team's performance?
Definitely happy with mine. I had some really clear goals and metrics to kind of work towards, I guess, from a team point of view, and kind of met most of those. Team, I think I knew we were going to struggle going in there. We were a bit short-handed going in. Mate twisted and broke his ankle on day 1, which didn't help. Another player pulled his hamstring day 2, and then another gentleman, his mum was taken quite sick, so mid-tournament, so we were limping through literally by halfway through the tournament. We missed out on the last 16 by about 4 points on points difference in the leagues. It's a little bit frustrating.
Yeah.
But
stuff like that you can't control. How many more minutes did you have to pick up because of that?
Yeah, exactly. It's tough. And it's 35-degree heat.
Yeah.
So
how many's in the squad?
Usually 12.
Is that how many was there?
Yeah.
And then you lost 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So you're down to 8.
Yeah, and 2 of those
you got to pick up the minutes.
Respectfully, are probably the back end players as well. So you're subbing a starter for a 12th man, which is not necessarily a fair trade at times.
Just trying to hold on for the minutes where they're on the pitch.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it was a fair result. I think we always learn something when we go to these tournaments. We're not the best country in the world. We're not the best team in the world, and we're just trying to figure out how to get better every year. But I think it was a fair reflection.
What are the better teams doing that you guys aren't doing, or is it just a case of the selection pool's a lot smaller in Britain, so just naturally the team's lower quality, or do they take things a little bit more serious with their training? Is there anything that you look at thinking, okay, this is low hanging fruit that we can improve on?
Yeah, I think the one big thing for me is the people, British people, let's say, if they're good, they think they're really good, and they forget the fact that there's a whole world of people outside there. Back. Yeah, it's close. So sometimes we just have to calm our egos down a little bit.
You think you're amazing, and then you get to a different country and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Levels to it.
Exactly. And I think this is all sports, but I think sometimes if you look at someone and you take them at face value, you might not think that they're any good. So it's kind of sometimes we turn up and it's just look at these guys, they don't look like they're any good, and then you find out 3 of them played pro basketball for 30 years, and just because they're in their 40s and put on a little bit of timber, that you think they can't play, and then you just stumble across these hidden gems of players. We played against an NBA guy who I didn't even know was in the NBA till afterwards. Never recognised him, wouldn't have known who he was unless someone else had said. A guy called Keith Kloss, who played for the Clippers. When we played Argentina, their point guard was 5'6", and gave us like 42 points. Like, just absolutely smacked us.
So if you're 5'6", you've got to be a phenomenal basketball player.
Yeah, exactly. And that's it. And I think sometimes you look at players like that and you're like, oh, he's probably a bit shit. And then he just wasn't at all. So I think it's just learning past all that kind of stuff and just kind of being like, I always say this when we have like the new batch of players come through. It doesn't matter what you did before. It only matters what you do now. And you shouldn't really just expect success just because you were good like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens like going forwards, like into Athens for next year. Like,
what's the average person that's at these like masters comps? Like, is it people that have took the sport up pretty late and having like a blast of it, or is it people getting a second wind, or is it people that are just naturally getting a little bit older, still trying to keep it going? Like, what's the average?
I would say it's that. It's people who have played at a decent level all the way through and are just trying to keep it moving. There's a couple of people in there where you're like, you're lost. Like, what are you doing here? But like so the Mexican team that we played and lost. So in Mexico they have an over 40s league. So the team that they sent to the World Championships was the champions of the over 40s league. Yeah. So these guys play together week in, week out, all the time. We don't have that privilege.
No.
And just different countries have different setups for stuff like this. Italy are generally funded. So like, again, like they get to spend a lot more time together, and we're just trying to like bundle through a little bit.
You go like 2 or 3 sessions in Nottingham or something.
Yeah, exactly. So. Like we normally have like 10 camps over 20 weeks, so no, not even that much, probably like 8 camps over 20 weeks. But at 35s, they got a bronze medal. They did really well. Beat Switzerland in the 3rd, 4th place game. So it was good to see. We had another 4th place and some other like higher placing kind of like team, so it was good. It's good.
I do like seeing the pictures of like the people that are like very mastery, like 70 years old, 60 years old played. It's so cool. Like there's a lot more longevity in sport than there used to be, I think. And there was a guy I followed put up a really cool post about like the sprint times for like the over 70s in like the 60 meters.
Right.
And I think he said it was like a 10% drop off from like 40. So actually, if you look after yourself,
it's
like,
not that bad.
You can fucking carry on being powerful and strong, but it is very much if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah,
if you can carry on like training hard, doing your power-based work, then there's no reason you don't have to have this steep drop off that people expect when you get a little bit older.
No. I think it'll be really interesting as well moving forwards, because I know you know this, but people listening might not. I made the decision to go to Switzerland really late. So while I had the preparation window, obviously like the gym was really busy with the charity stuff, and you know I was kind of fit enough, but probably wasn't quite there. But having that conversation with Mark yesterday, like getting ready for Athens, like next year we're going to start like August.
I want to see you having a proper off season, proper push, because I think you're very, when you're on, and when you're off, you're off.
Yeah.
I think starting early for you is going to be massive. Get yourself into the exact shape that you want to be.
Exactly.
Both, you know, fitness wise. You obviously play enough basketball, so that's already taken care of. But like the fitness work in the gym.
I agree, and I think me and Mark were talking about it yesterday. I was like, give me a couple of weeks just to kind of like calm down a little bit and just.
Yeah, you've done your big tournament. You can have a couple of weeks.
Yeah. And then like August, just like full rebuild, like start from the bottom, like and I said to him, I was like, you just need to be a bit like more aggressive with me in the, you know, the accountability stuff when work gets busy and I get caught up, because you're right, like as we always say, like the sport comes first, so if it's either or, I'll go play basketball. But I've got aspirations for next year. Like I made the decision for Athens like while I was in Switzerland, because I wasn't very happy with what was going on, and I was like, cool, got like 350 days. Like it's a long time to rebuild.
Big time, mate. Yeah, but then you can do like a proper phasic approach. You're not panicking and trying to get 2 months of getting fit as quickly as you can. You've got a good run of it. You can do some proper periodization. Have a proper year plan.
Exactly.
Mate, so I said to you and I said to everyone, like, mate, take the opportunities when they come, because there'll be a year where you don't do the Masters. You never know when your last one's going to be, so fucking take them. One of my big regrets was in 2015, got offered a place to get to Texas for the World Champs for powerlifting, and at the time I had a very small injury and I turned it down. And then by the time the tournament came around, I was feeling great. I would have placed, I wouldn't have won it or anything, but I would have placed pretty well. I would have hit PBs and I was good. I didn't choose to go. So if anyone ever says, oh, this opportunity's come up, just fucking take it, man. Like you never know if that opportunity is going to come up again. So because you were umming and ahhing, and I was like, mate, like you're 40. You tell me you're 40. You tell me you're 44, but you've been 44 for 3 years. Still, so,
but you were one of the factors why I decided to go. Yeah, like you spoke wisdom, and I was like, I listened to you for once.
And it didn't work out, you had to underperform. No, it's really cool. So yeah, when you were playing against like the guys that were in the NBA, what was that like? Did you notice anything that they do that like sets them apart? Like obviously they've got like the guy's 7. It's funny because you said, "Oh, I didn't realise he was in the NBA and he's 7'3". So
yeah.
There's some weird stat in that if you're over 7 foot, the odds you've been in the NBA are pretty high. But is there anything like when you watched him that you were like, yeah, this is why he got to the NBA, or this is why he's at the highest level? Is he doing like warm-ups better than you? Are they taking their training more serious? What's it look like, do you reckon?
So I don't think Keith Kloss will listen to this, but if he does, so he was 1/4 of basketball late because he overslept and missed the bus. So NBA.
He's what, one?
He was whole quarter of basketball late because he overslept and missed the bus.
That BMT, you've been hearing it. Yeah.
So yeah, that NBA professionalism did not carry into his masters. I don't know. I think the thing is
he in good shape?
Yeah, good shape.
You said one person was a bit chubby, but that was just in general.
Yeah, like the Argentinian point guard was just thick.
Right, some decent food in Mexico.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I think that the thing that I always look at with basketball players is that the way that the professionals move is just different. So like each team's got like a guy, and like obviously Keith Kloss, like 7 foot whatever. There was a guy on the Guadalupe team who played like D1 in America, and just the way that like he warmed up, he moved, and in the game like you can just tell people have played or been coached differently. And obviously, like again, when someone's 6'8" and plays like the shooting guard, you're like, oh, we're in trouble, like because they're just long and athletic. But I think the other thing is that I take away from the guys who have played at the highest levels is that they're super competitive, but they've left their ego at home now. They've done it. They've done whatever they wanted. Yeah, they got nothing to prove, and this is one of the conversations I have with my coach about us holding onto our egos or our kind of, like, do you know who I am? Do you know who I was? Do you know what I've done? No one gives a shit. And like, unless you've played in the NBA for 10 years and earned a couple of £100 million, you've done nothing really. I think, even some NBA players come out with no championships and no accolades. So it's like, what's the measure of success, I guess? But I think they're just egoless, but also they just make the right decisions on the court. But yeah, Keith walked up and shot a 3 and then just ran back and then shot another 3, and all of a sudden you're like, this is...
Whenever you see the videos of like you see Kevin Durant now in the summer, like training like some Brooklyn Center, and he's playing against normal people. The normal people are still unreal, but he just looks like a different level. Yeah, just insane.
Yeah, it's wild. So yeah, but it was a great experience. Do you think
like over the 40s are they like taking their training more serious, their S&C more serious, or they're just kind of like not lucky that they're still feeling healthy? Like, did you notice anything there? Did you ask him?
No,
I'm just really intrigued to know what's he doing.
You can tell the difference between the teams that take it seriously, for sure. Like, and some of the Italian guys that I've played against a few times now, I follow them on Instagram, and you see them like in the gym, like training together, and so they're kind of there or thereabouts. There are some teams where you're like, I don't know what's going on here, but
you've got because there's no other masters.
There's no other people.
They've strung together a team, but
they can afford to be there.
So think about like the powerlifting masters. Like a few years ago, it was a bit of a joke, and it was kind of I was always like, I forget to masters, I'm done. And then now, like it's legit, man. Like because over 40 is not old.
No.
The Masters 1 and even the Masters 2 is pretty decent now, because a lot of the guys have obviously come through the Open and now in the Masters. So then I look at that and I'm thinking, like, for comparisons to the basketball, like a couple of guys now that are like superstars in the Masters were like class in the Open, and then they just kept themselves happy, healthy. They're sustaining the training. They're able to like keep injury free, and now they're like the best in the world or one of the best in the Masters. I was just trying to see if there's any similarities there with the basketball.
Yeah, I guess like, there is that kind of like, I guess life catches up with a lot of like 35, 40 year olds, like when you've got
a bit more commitments.
So you've got to have like a definite mindset to want to stay involved. But yeah, it's really good, man. Like I really enjoy it. Like, and I think this Switzerland trip like re-embedded like the fact that I wasn't going to go originally, and then like I was kind of swayed back into it. That I was like, I need to keep doing this. Like it's fun, I enjoy it, like it's what I'm good at. I am a basketball player, so why wouldn't I do the things that I like doing?
Yeah. That's your identity, isn't it? You're still a basketball guy.
Yeah. So.
Where does that end now? Like, have you got like a cut-off point where you're like, if my body doesn't allow me to do what I want to do, or when it's not fun anymore, is there a point where you're like, okay, that's me done?
Yeah, I guess with all sports, right, you evolve as a player. Like, and I think that's the thing. Like, I've always been the tall guy who can run a lot and has pretty good like cardio output. I guess there's that element of like you either keep that going or you change your game. If you change your game, what does your game look like? How much can you evolve when you're like 45?
Like a footballer dropping back positions as they go through the years.
Yeah. So who knows? Like, I think like with the Masters stuff, sometimes the cost is always the defining factor as well. I think the year afterwards is Brazil or Japan.
That's
like,
serious money there.
Yeah, that's a big
Athens,
money.
everyone wants to do it when it's Japan.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. Like, I think it's one of those where you always want to be competitive, and you don't want to be the only person there because you can afford it. Like, it is a bit elitist in that sense, but you also, like, if you're going to pay money to go to Brazil to play basketball, you want to be competitive at basketball, otherwise you might as well just go to Brazil
For a holiday.
Yeah. So I think that's the thing, like, you just want to feel like you're in with a chance, or that the guys that you're with have got enough for you to feel like you've got a chance, I guess.
Cool. Very interesting. Very interesting.
It's good fun, man. It's good fun.
Awesome. Any other highlights from the trip, or you want to round up there, do your review of Switzerland?
Yeah, I think all the other stuff is like off podcast stuff. It was good fun, but it was good fun.
Always a couple of stories. The Masters are wild.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
they're living for the trips to Lugano.
yeah. So anyway, what's been going on with you? What's been going on,
mate? Busy time with the powerlifting. It's kicking off again.
Yeah.
Summer season's here. Had a few guys that have competed over the last couple of weekends. Had Big Alex.
How'd he get on?
Smashed it.
Did he?
Yeah, it was really interesting. I was talking to someone today because he got a 47 kilo PB total.
Nice.
He squatted 295.
Oof.
I think that's the biggest squat of anyone I've ever coached.
Okay.
So 295. He's a 120 lifter, so he's a big boy. But he missed 287 in the gym a couple of weeks ago, and it was in the heat.
Right.
And it's like a good advert for like, look, when it's hot, your strength levels may take a little bit of a dip. Like the externals are super tough, but it doesn't mean that your strength is down altogether.
No.
Like it was a good advert for saying don't panic. Like in hindsight, you should have dropped the 287 maybe.
Yeah.
But like it doesn't mean that you've sapped your strength forever. I had a guy miss a lift yesterday, and he was like, "That's really tough." And it's the heat. The heat is
it's
tough.
wild.
You really have to take that into consideration. I think even if you're trying to like stay hydrated, even if you're taking all the electrolytes and you're trying to stay in the fan in between, you're still just drained comparatively. Just like your energy levels are just down. But so you got a big squat PB. I think you got a 5 kilo bench PB and a 5 kilo deadlift. So overall, like a good 47. It all came together. Then I had Megan competed at the All Englands this weekend.
She told me that she did really well.
She does like it's good. She's really good. She did good. She got a 5 kilo PB in every lift, perfectly balanced, which is lovely. And again, looked like there was a bit more in each lift.
I think she was saying when I bumped into her the other day that since she started coaching with you, that her total was like something like
160. She was definitely someone that wasn't like from a. You get some people that have played sport and are like athletic and power because I've never done powerlifting, but they've done like strength and conditioning, or they've done hurdles or sprinting, and they've done power based stuff.
Yeah.
Zero athletic background.
Right.
So like total was very low at 160, which is like, you put it into numbers, it's like 70 kilo deadlift, 60, 30 or something like that. Super like low level strength. And now she's like a legit lifter. Like she deadlifted 150. It's a legit deadlift for 69 kilo. It's over double body weight. Becoming a legit lifter. And I think she's just been like, I was going to talk a little bit about like what makes these guys like, why are they progressing and other people sometimes aren't progressing as well, and like the things they do well. Both of them never miss any sessions, and they're super diligent, and they've both got stuff going on outside of the gym. Like Alex has got a proper job in finance; it's very demanding. He's also got a social life. He's got everything else that people are dealing with. But he gets his 4 sessions in diligently. He actually balanced. He went on to work in a work trip to Serbia, and he carried on his training. And if me and you carry on our training abroad, even I struggle to be honest sometimes because of the gyms. Mate, he's got to squat 260 in a gym. You need a powerlifting gym. You can't just do it in a commercial gym. And he did this one squat, and I thought he was going to die. Like because the bar is just whipping so much. When it gets north of 220, if you've not got a powerlifting bar, it's really uncomfortable, man. But he was doing it. He still trained. He got all of his sessions in. He's kept on it. I think other things that Alex does really well is he, when I send over his training blocks, he knows the length of the training block. He knows what the goals are, and then from there he always works backwards, and I really like it. Like, so he's like, we're running high bar squat. I've noticed this with your squat, so we're going to do this exercise. And he works backwards. He says, okay, so I really want to push it. I want to get to this number. So if I work backwards, this is the sequential jumps that I need to take to get there. So he's always got a plan. He's always trying to push. He's not just doing his comp lift and then coasting through. Yeah. He's pushing hard on all of his accessories, especially now further out from a comp. He really goes for it, and he really wants to see that progression on everything.
Yeah.
What works really well for Alex is, instead of giving him 3 sets, because he's got a certain amount of time. Squatting, if you've got to squat 280 in the gym, it takes a long time to warm up for it. He's not got to do 2 warm-up sets. It takes a long time. So we give him 2 sets of his accessories, and rather than giving him 3 or 4 and saying like you've got to get a 7 or 8 RPE, high RPE, big effort, 2 sets, do it properly, and then he can leave. Yeah. And I think like he just does a really good job of keeping it consistent, of working hard and keeping the quality up while dropping the quantity down. I think he does that really, really well.
Where did he place? Where did he come in there?
I mean, it's hard to say because it's like he was in the prime time slot. Okay. So it's kind of like against different groups. I'm not sure exactly where. Okay. He was with Indy. Indy was lifted.
Okay.
So
okay.
Because he was like, I'm definitely 310, but I'm definitely not going to be last out because Indy's going to pull. I think Indy pulled 380.
Yeah. Okay.
So he definitely didn't win it, but like he's up there now in terms of like getting close to being. They've changed the nationals qualification. I think it's like the top 14 that go to British this now, rather than it being you hit a standard. Yeah. And he's definitely getting into the realm of getting back into that British, which is super tough to do. So he's right up there, man.
Good.
And
good.
Yeah, he's made some good progress. And I think Megan's the same, like super consistent, never misses any exercise, any sessions. Diligent with sending over feedback, diligent with filling in a form, and that's why I asked you about like what are the qualities of these people, because you see it all the time in powerlifting. Like the ones that are succeeding are super consistent with their training. They're not just coasting through, ticking the boxes. They're pushing it hard. When the sport is strength, you've got to push hard. When you're in the gym, you can't just coast through. No. You can sometimes coast in the gym.
Yeah, for sure. But I think the thing that I came away from Switzerland with, while I'll have like a basketball season to get through, I'm like, I've got an opportunity really for Athens to like almost not wipe the season off because it's only Sunday league, like low level national league, to actually like maybe go into some of those games a little bit sorer than I would do historically, and actually have like a good, especially this side of Christmas, just kind of go, well, come what may, like let's see where we can get to like 12-18 weeks out, and then start to think about like not tapering from 18 weeks, but almost kind of go hell for leather early.
It's nice to get used to playing a little bit sore as well, isn't it? Because you can't just play when you're feeling fresh, because you've got to play. You go from playing 1 game a week to playing X amount, so you've got to get used to playing.
Yeah, for sure.
A little bit more.
So it'll be good.
Yeah. Decent. Anything else you want to talk about?
Don't think so. Not today.
Mate, I'm happy to wrap it up there. A little bit of a
quick one,
a little recap. Anything that's going on at MSC? Things are quietening down a little bit. Yeah, I mean, a busy summer.
Yeah, post charity, post Metcon Games, post 10 years. Yeah. It's all quiet on the Western Front, I think, just for a little bit.
Yeah. Holiday season as well, isn't it?
No, right.
People are training hard, still getting after it, but yeah, it's definitely nice to have a little bit of a mental break from the charity stuff, because it was like the last 5-6 weekends there was something on, so
it was tough.
Yeah, all good. But thanks for listening, guys. Kicking off a new series. We'll have Captain Coulson back next week, dive into some more informative stuff, and
stay hydrated,
stay lifting, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.
Bye.